So who we truly are isn't a name, isn't an idea, isn't a thought, isn't a feeling. It isn't anything that you can imagine. It's not a thing, but yet it's everything. So you just call me Lisa, and there's a response from this body to that name, and you have an idea what Lisa is, that she's got brown eyes, white skin, blonde hair, big earrings, that she's a particular personality type, that she likes this thing or that thing. But Lisa isn't a thing, or the true self isn't a thing. The Lisa, the name of Lisa, of who you imagine, is simply what you imagine. Who you are right now is this no thing appearing as everything, is this life, this moment. So you think that you're speaking out of time, out of your personality structure, that there's a you inside your body called Dave or Alan or Richard or Karen or Melissa or Andrea or Asborn. But there isn't a continuous you. There is this moment, and in this moment, thoughts, feelings, ideas, and images arise, and they disappear in this moment, and in them contain a continual story of you. And there's this energetic, contraction, making it feel like this story of you is a continuous thing, and somebody that's inside the body. So there's like holding on to that story of you. So your actual direct experience is always that life is arising from this moment. That life is free, here, and doesn't arise for someone or because of someone. It just appears. Everything's appearing. Every thought, every idea, every feeling is arising from here. The outside world, the light, the sounds, my voice, it's all appearing here. That's your direct experience, is that it's appearing here. But the person or this energy contracts and holds on to the story of you, onto this memory of you, and makes it feel like that person exists inside the body, and that person is speaking from time. Like you're somebody that exists in time, you're somebody that's really real, and that you're moving in time, and that what you're saying now comes from you, and you were born on a certain date, and you own certain things, you are certain things, you're a particular way, and it feels like I'm speaking to that you, but there's not actually a me speaking to you. There is this moment with thoughts, feelings, energy, sights, smells arising, and they don't actually belong to anyone. They belong to this undefinable experience that's now, and it's free and limitless. It's not bound. The thoughts and the feelings come up with ideas of being bound. So I am a good person, I'm a right person, I'm a wrong person. But actually, they don't come from a place of being bound. So your essence isn't bound, your essence isn't limited, your essence is mystery and unlimited, unknowable, but yet it is. This is love to me. This no thing appearing as everything. If you want, you can call it consciousness or the I am, but as long as you defined consciousness and the I am as not a thing and everything, not something that can be seen, experienced, known. It's this experiencing, but nothing experiencing, and the experiencing isn't separate from that which is its experiences. So a lot of teachers teach as if consciousness is back here and consciousness is aware of objects or knows objects, but actually the consciousness is the objects. Consciousness is the appearance of everything, and it's not located in any place. It can't be found anywhere. It is the appearance of things. You know things by their appearance, and consciousness isn't behind, it isn't inside the body. When you deeply reside in this moment, not even you, when there's deep residing in this moment, it's known that consciousness doesn't start or stop anywhere. It is the appearance of everything. Everything is conscious. And that consciousness is not a thing. And it's the same with the sense of I am. So some people, some teachers have all these breakdowns, and I am is the first manifestation after the body manifests. But actually when you deeply go, or when there's a deep falling into the I am, that sense of being, that sense of existence, isn't separate from all things and is all things and is always here. This sense that this is. And there is nothing that's aware of the I am, there's nothing that's conscious of the I am. There is simply this sense of existence that cannot be found, that cannot be contained, and can't actually be seen. It can only be seen when your mind is breaking down and in separation, and your mind is thinking about it. So as humans, where we get tied up and where we lose the plot and begin to suffer is we believe that our thoughts are true. And I think it is thinking which has created separation, but that thinking's become an energetical experience. So you've become an energetical experience. So it was as soon as we began to think that we began to have this experience that I'm a subject and you're an object, that I'm somebody speaking to you. Whereas before we were speaking, we didn't have this sense of I'm someone in here, you're over there. Like, how would we have known it? There was just everything. There was life happening. So for the animals, it's everything. It's non-boundedness. But then this thinking starts, and then there's energy. Like when you keep telling yourself something, it becomes a reality. Like, I'm in here. I am a name. I am a body. I am an idea. And then this energetic expression manifests in the body, making it feel like this body is solid, like there's actually something in here experiencing, where there's nothing in here experiencing. Life is experiencing itself. It's having an apparent human experience, but it's actually experiencing itself. So there is nothing experiencing all of this. It simply is. It is. But humans believe that they are a name, that they are a limitation. And then their outside world begins to match up with that. So they begin to believe they're a subject, and then they begin to believe they're in relationship to things and to people. And then they begin to experience a world dependent on what they think and what they believe. Like, thoughts have an incredibly powerful reality to them. Like, if you keep thinking that people are out to get you, then that's what you'll begin to experience. If you keep thinking that the world is a bad place, then that's what you'll experience. If you keep thinking that nobody loves you, then that's what you'll experience. So it's that this is where karma comes in, or what we call law of attraction in the West, where you begin to experience what you think. The body moves towards that which it believes and that which it thinks. But that's nobody doing it. It's nobody having an experience. It's nobody's experience. And thoughts and feelings are deeply connected. So if you start thinking that there's badness out there and it's going to get you, then you'll begin to feel it in your feeling body. And then there's this ownership of it. And this is freedom. This isn't something for you. What's being talked about here, the reality of life, isn't something that belongs to you. That's strange, eh? Because when I'm speaking about it, the mind interprets it intellectually and then begins to put it to you. If a personality structure tries to condition itself on non-duality, more than likely the personality structure will become depressed. So if you start telling yourself life is meaningless and pointless, which is true on the absolute level, the human will get depressed, because on the conditioning level, life needs to have meaning and purpose. That's part of being human. And this is a very fine line of talking about non-duality, because non-duality is pointing to beyond the human. It's pointing to the absolute reality. It's pointing to that which is actually experiencing, so that which is hearing these words. But when you're identified with the person, there's this belief that the person is hearing this. So then the person begins to try and use non-duality to have a better psychological and emotional experience. But non-duality is pointing to that which is beyond the person.